Oh my gosh, look at the harbor. Oh my gosh.
The news of the devastating wildfires that are occurring in Hawaii has startled people all around the world. The search for the wildfire wreckage showed a wasteland of burnt-out houses and ruined neighborhoods as firefighters fought the persistent inferno that has already claimed many lives, making it the worst in the US in recent years. Keep watching till the end of this video to see the real reason Maui fires in Hawaii happened. The flames started in the island's vegetation and then quickly moved into inhabited areas while the island was being hit by wind gusts of more than 60 miles per hour. Therefore, the fire raged across intersections and leaped over wooden buildings in the town center of coastal Lahaina, which goes back to the 1700s, and is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. The blaze arrived with terrifying speed and severity. According to climate scientist Daniel Swain, this was a classic wildland-urban interface fire where there was a vegetation fire but it moved into an urban area and started burning structure to structure. Although, this is what the authorities claim caused the widespread fire. An image that contradicts what the authorities say happened has been shared on social media, and it seems as if there was a significant explosion and some kind of bizarre occurrence that nobody is talking about. But right now, nobody has any idea what it really is. As of late Wednesday night, the county of Maui reported that at least 36 people had died in the wildfire, making it the deadliest wildfire in the US since the Camp Fire in California in 2018, which claimed the lives of at least 85 people and destroyed the town of Paradise. However, the death toll in Hawaii might grow if rescuers make their way to areas of the island that were previously inaccessible owing to lingering flames or other barriers. The authorities reported early on Wednesday that 271 buildings had been either damaged or completely destroyed. According to Adam Weintraub, a representative for the Hawaii Emergency Management Agency representative, search and rescue is still the primary concern at this time. He said that search and rescue personnel would not be allowed to visit particular locations until the fire lines were secured and were satisfied that they could get to those places safely. Until then, they will not be able to access such areas. Here we have a natural disaster, Weintraub said. It's possible that some concerns need to be looked at about whether or not it was handled appropriately. However, there are still those who are at risk. Also, some still haven't been able to locate their loved ones. Bosco Bay, a resident of Lahaina, uploaded a video on Facebook on Tuesday night showing a fire consuming practically every structure on a block, while sirens wailed and spark-filled winds whipped past. Kamuela Kawakoa and Liulia Yaso, both of Lahaina, recounted their terrifying ordeal of evacuating their homes during the smoke-filled afternoon of Tuesday. After making a hasty trip to the grocery store to pick up some water, the couple and their son, who was 6 years old, returned to their flat, where they had just enough time to get a change of clothing and go before the shrubs in the area took fire. "We barely made it out," Kawakoa said, still unclear whether anything was left of their flat. When the family was running away, the senior center on the other side of the road caught fire. They called 911, but they didn't know whether the occupants were able to escape the building. As they drove away, their progress was impeded by fallen utility lines and by other people escaping in automobiles. Kawakoa shared his thoughts. "It was so difficult to sit there and just watch my town burn to ashes, and not to be able to do anything." According to Ed Sniffen, the director of transportation for the state, around 11,000 visitors left Maui on Wednesday after being urged to stay away from the raging flames. Also, it is estimated that at least 1,500 more tourists will depart the island on Thursday. The Hawaii Convention Center in Honolulu has been prepared by the authorities to house the thousands of people forced from their homes. Richard Bisson Jr., mayor of Maui County, said the island has been tested like never before in our lifetime. During this inconsolable time, he added in a taped message, "We are grieving with each other." According to Thomas Smith, an associate professor in environmental geography at the London School of Economics and Political Science, wildfires aren't uncommon in Hawaii. The weather over the last several weeks has, however, provided the fuel for a terrible fire, and after it was ignited, the high winds have only served to worsen the catastrophe that has already occurred. The real cause of Maui fires in Hawaii. It has not been confirmed what caused the fires, but they broke out while the island was having high gusts and low humidity, conditions that the National Weather Service had predicted would bring a high chance of fires spreading rapidly and a high potential for a high fire hazard. But in addition to that, there have been some leaks from social media that have produced this image, which reveals information about a beam that began before the flames. We don't know whether this bizarre natural occurrence happened before the wildfires or not, but if you do know more about it, please share it with us in the comment section below. Jeff Powell, a meteorologist based in Honolulu, stated that the islands are caught between an area of high pressure to the north and a low pressure system connected with Hurricane Dora, which is located several hundred miles distant. Pressure gradients in the atmosphere were responsible for the exceptionally robust trade winds that fanned the flames of the catastrophic fire. The storm boosted the intensity of the winds, which caused power lines to be pushed down, and as they moved downslope, contributed to the rapid spread of the fires. According to a tweet sent by Neil LaRoe, a professor of atmospheric science at the University of Nevada, Reno, downslope winds are the primary factors in igniting the most destructive fires. According to research that was published in 2023, downslope wind-driven flames have been responsible for 60% of the buildings that have been destroyed and 52% of the fatalities that have occurred in wildfires in the American West since 1999. Maui wildfires and global climate change. The climate issue is being caused by the usage of fossil fuels, which is increasing the frequency and severity of severe weather occurrences. One of these extreme weather events is the wildfires that Maui is now battling. A fire scientist at the University of Hawaii named Clay Trauernicht stated that the rainy season might cause plants like guinea grass, which is an invasive species that can be found over portions of Maui, to grow as rapidly as 6 inches a day and reach a height of up to 10 feet. And as the grass dries up, it turns into a tinderbox that is just waiting to start a wildfire. These grasslands accumulate fuels very rapidly, Trauernicht said, and this will only worsen the situation in settings where it's hotter and drier and when the rainfall is more unpredictable. The rising temperatures caused by climate change not only increase the danger of wildfires and make it more probable that storms will be of higher intensity. These storms might, in turn, generate bigger wind occurrences, such as the one that was responsible for the flames on Maui. Also, the experts are warning that various variables cause tragedies like the one that is now occurring in Maui, yet it cannot be denied that the climate problem is a contribution. All these kinds of climate change-related disasters are really beyond the scope of things that we're used to dealing with, said Kelsey Kopes-Gerbitz, a postdoctoral researcher at the Department of Forestry at the University of British Columbia in Vancouver. He added, "It's the kind of multiple challenges that interact with one another that really bring about a catastrophe." This summer, wildfires fueled by record heat forced the evacuation of tens of thousands of people in Greece, Spain, Portugal, and other areas of Europe. At the same time, Western Canada endured extremely severe flames. So, do you think the Maui fires is not a natural occurrence but rather a man-made disaster? Join the conversation and let us know in the comments below. Thanks.